Imagine seeking revenge not with a sword, but with a toilet. Welcome to one of the strangest chapters of Roman history, where revenge, magic, and urinals came together. In ancient Rome, people believed in more than gods and emperors. Their world was filled with a rich tapestry of beliefs and superstitions that governed their daily lives. Beyond the grand temples and majestic statues, there was a hidden world of magic and mystery. This was a world where the unseen forces were just as powerful as the visible ones. The Romans were deeply superstitious, and they believed that the gods and spirits could be influenced by human actions. They sought to control their fate and the fate of others through various means, one of which was the use of curses. They believed in curses, etched onto thin sheets of lead, folded and hidden in secret places. These curses were not just idle threats, they were carefully crafted spells intended to invoke the supernatural. The lead scrolls, known as defixiones, were inscribed with detailed instructions for the spirits or gods to follow. These scrolls were then folded and often pierced with nails to symbolize the binding of the curse. They were hidden in places considered to be close to the underworld, such as graves, wells, or underground sanctuaries, to ensure that the spirits would receive them. These were the defixiones, curse scrolls. The term defixio comes from the Latin word defigere, meaning to bind. These scrolls were a way for individuals to bind their enemies or rivals, preventing them from causing harm or gaining an advantage. The defixiones were often written in a mix of Latin and Greek, and sometimes included magical symbols or drawings to enhance their power. The language used was precise and formulaic, reflecting the seriousness with which these curses were taken. Spells written to ruin someone's love life, destroy business rivals, or even take lives. These curses covered a wide range of intentions, from personal vendettas to business disputes. Some were aimed at causing physical harm or illness, while others sought to disrupt relationships or bring about financial ruin. The defixiones were a testament to the lengths to which people would go to influence their world and the lives of those around them. They provide a fascinating glimpse into the darker side of ancient Roman society, where the desire for control and power could lead to the invocation of supernatural forces. While temples were places of worship, they were also seen as sanctuaries where the divine and mortal worlds intersected. People would come to these sacred spaces to offer prayers, seek guidance, and find solace in the presence of their gods. The grandeur and serenity of these temples stood in stark contrast to the more mundane aspects of daily life. On the other hand, public toilets became places of whispered vengeance. These communal latrines, often crowded and lacking in privacy, were the perfect spots for people to express their frustrations and grievances. The walls of these toilets would sometimes be covered with graffiti, curses, and messages aimed at enemies or rivals. It was a place where the common folk could voice their discontent without fear of immediate retribution. Why? Because they were filthy, feared, and believed to be gateways to the underworld. The Romans had a complex relationship with cleanliness and hygiene, and public toilets were often seen as necessary evils. The filth and stench of these places added to their ominous reputation. People believed that the spirits of the dead could be summoned through these unclean spaces, making them ideal for casting curses. Cursing someone through a toilet was symbolically powerful. You were flushing their fate away. The act of writing a curse on a lead tablet and depositing it in a latrine was a way to ensure that the curse would reach the underworld. These lead curse tablets, often inscribed with detailed and specific maledictions, were believed to be effective because they were placed in such a potent and feared location. The combination of the written word and the symbolic act of flushing made these curses particularly potent in the eyes of the ancient Romans. Archaeologists have uncovered these curse scrolls hidden beneath public latrines. One scroll read, "May you have no sleep, may you feel pain while urinating." Yeah, the curses got very personal. From bakers to gladiators, everyone used curse scrolls. Often people hired professional curse writers to craft elaborate hexes. Some even inscribed them backwards, believing demons could only read reversed Latin. These weren't just tricks or superstitions. Curses were real psychological weapons. If someone knew they were cursed, their fear alone could ruin them. After being written, scrolls were dropped into wells, tombs, or latrines, left for spirits to act. Today, these artifacts are found corroded, but their messages still whisper vengeance across time. Sounds wild? Today's passive-aggressive tweets, anonymous reviews, or hate mail, they might just be the digital version of a Roman curse scroll. The Romans turned latrines into battlegrounds of the soul. These public restrooms were more than just places for physical relief. They were arenas where the unseen battles of the mind and spirit played out. Imagine sitting in a communal latrine surrounded by the whispers of curses and the weight of unspoken fears, the air thick with tension, as each person silently contemplates their own struggles and rivalries. Their curses reveal fears, rivalries, and a deep belief in unseen justice. These tablets, inscribed with dark wishes and desperate pleas, offer a window into the psyche of ancient Romans. They believed that by inscribing their curses on these tablets and placing them in sacred or significant locations, they could invoke the gods to act on their behalf. The curses were often directed at rivals, thieves, or unfaithful lovers, reflecting the everyday concerns and intense emotions of the people. History isn't always noble, sometimes it's flushed with revenge. The remnants of these curses remind us that the past is filled with human emotions that are as complex and raw as those we experience today. The desire for justice, the pain of betrayal, and the hope for retribution are timeless. These artifacts serve as a testament to the darker aspects of human nature that have persisted through the ages. Subscribe for more untold, unsettling, and unbelievable truths, only on Chronicles Unveiled. Dive deeper into the hidden corners of history, where the stories are not just about kings and battles, but also about the ordinary people whose lives were marked by extraordinary events. Join us as we uncover the secrets that have been buried for centuries, waiting to be brought to light.